Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. This blog is about Floyd or Lloyd, Allan Leacock. One of the papers will have him as Floyd, the other one would have him as Lloyd. Not sure if it's Floyd or Lloyd, but Allan Leacock, they have that one same, okay? So he's a schizophrenic and he is unmanageable, so they cannot really do anything for him at the psychiatric hospital in Black Rock. So Worrell Randall, he is sending Floyd or Lloyd up to the hotel in St. Philip, and he called on the case that he cited was someone who escaped from the psychiatric hospital and did a lot of damage to people. So he cited that particular matter, and he says, nah, we're gonna send Floyd or Lloyd up to hotel in St. Philip, also known as Dodds. Okay, so yeah, he's out of Clifton Hill, St. Thomas, and he went into someone's house. He had other crimes, but he committed murder, and he's saying that it wasn't murder because he had diminished capacity, mental capacity. He didn't know what he was doing, and the responsibility should not all fall on him because he's schizophrenic. Okay, so he went into this guy's house and he's looking for Caveman Roger. Caveman Roger is a imaginary friend of Lloyd, and he didn't really exist to other people outside of Lloyd. And because the guy that he ultimately killed didn't know what he was talking about and could not help him, and he's thinking that this guy is hiding Caveman Roger, and he wanted Caveman Roger. So he and the guy, the owner of the house, fought, and the other guy did not win, because when you get into a state of mind like Lloyd, you're really strong. you could be really, really strong. But anyhow, Randall, the judge in the matter, he says at his pleasure, at the court's pleasure, sounding very colonialish, the queen's pleasure, the king's pleasure. So he's talking about the court's pleasure, and he's sending Floyd, also known as Lloyd, over to the hotel in St. Philip, and he said every 4 years there's going to be an assessment. So February 2029, 33, 37, 41, every 4 years he's going to have an assessment to see if Lloyd is capable of walking the streets of Barbados again. So it's not really a sentence that he can say, well, 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, okay, you spent this amount of time, so we're going to subtract. No, nothing like that for Lloyd. They're not giving him a determinate time behind bars. They're saying it's at their pleasure, okay? And every 4 years he's going to be, there's going to be some sort of report for the people to know, well, he's safe. He's never going to be safe. I can tell you this, and I'll say I'm not a practitioner, I'm not a medical practitioner. You'll never be safe around Lloyd, Allan Leacock. You never, okay? So I don't understand what he's talking about every 4 years. That's a closed book, not even a chapter. That book is closed, okay? So you see that here they're talking about Caveman Roger. There's no Caveman Roger. But that's what happens in the brain of schizophrenics. They have a whole, a playbook going on, something that you're not aware of. It must be, if I know it's my mind, but I feel as though if we can actually study people like Lloyd, we can probably, and I'm sure that the United States, I'm sure that it's being studied. I'm just saying that if it's being studied. But if you Barbadians, especially in Barbados, if you can study, I know you're opening up all these labs and you're doing all these things, study the brain and people who are not altogether there, because you know that you are a new species. You were created by the white man. You came about through slavery, and you're really not in your right minds. But when I tell you this, you don't want to hear it, and it's okay. It's okay that you don't want to hear it, but you are a different sort of species because of slavery, because you stayed in slavery that long. And I think that Mia Motley or whoever is in charge of all these labs or whatever should study Barbadians, the temperament and your brain and the schizophrenics that show up in your society, and the mad people, the real mad people, I mean ones that are through the professionals who study these things and would determine if you are insane or not. I think Barbados should have a place where people are studied and see if they could, if different places in your brain lights up. There are different places in your brain lighting up because of tragedies and trauma. Tragedies and trauma can awaken certain areas in your brain. It should be studied. I said before, over a decade ago, that I think Barbadians should be studied. There should be a study of what happens to people when they come out of such trauma. Okay, but yeah, getting back to Lloyd. Floyd, yeah, he's off to Hotel St. Philip, also known as Dodds, for an indeterminate time. No time set for him, no time set for his release. He could be there for the rest of his life. He should be there for the rest of his life. When he gets into wherever space he is in his brain, you cannot stop him. You cannot stop him. That old man, 74-year-old guy, could not stop him. His goose was cooked from the time Lloyd got into his house. It was over. It was a done deal, you know. Patrick Barker had no defense when Lloyd came into his house. No defense. It was a done deal because the strength and, you know, the other places in his brain that open up. It needs to be studied. Study yourselves. Get to know yourselves, okay? Get to know yourselves. So this blog was about Floyd or Lloyd Allan Leacock, who has been sent up to Hotel St. Philip for indeterminate time because he is just too unmanageable. He doesn't want to take any pills. He cannot be controlled. Okay, Lloyd is uncontrollable. So chances are he's not going to be making any babies, because you know you guys like to make babies with, you know, people that are like that. You know, you like that kind of stuff. So chances are he's not going to be making any more babies. Okay? This is Sherry Veronica, and I'm going to play a video. You would think that you will have good, solid photos of him. You would, but then again, if he's going to be put away for the rest of his life, you know, I guess it's you know, it's a moot point at this point. But yeah, I'm going to play a video from the Nation News when they had him. Like, I took, these are still shots, but there's a video, and I'm going to play it now, okay? This is Sherry Veronica. Here it is. You see how they have him here as Lloyd? Here, Lloyd. But the article that I just read to you was Floyd. Gotta give it to you, boy. I'll play it one more time, okay? Just one more time. This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.